Hi, I'm Doug Black. I'm editor-in-chief at Inside HPC, and today we're at virtual ISC. We're talking with Drew Nielsen. He's VMware's Senior Director of Cloud Migration and Technical Enablement. Drew, welcome.
Hey, Doug. Thanks for having me today.
All right, great to be with you. So let's start with kind of an open-ended question. What do you see as major trends from your perspective in cloud-based AI?
One of the things with cloud-based AI is it's transforming nearly every industry. It's also helping organizations drive efficiency, and it's enabling rapid innovation and really help meeting the needs of customers at an unprecedented pace and scale. As companies are maturing in their use of AI and ML, there's a heavy reliance on large data sets and the need for fast, reliable processing power. And that's going to continue to drive the future of AI and ML into the cloud. But if you take the best parts of cloud like modularity, elasticity, rapid deployment, and scalable infrastructure without the heavy upfront CapEx investment, all apply when bringing AI and ML into the cloud. Cloud ML also introduces cutting-edge technology services, platforms, like things like accelerators and pre-trained models. And this provides more options for how data science and engineering teams can collaborate to bring models from the lab to reality. Now, if you look at the current cloud ML market, which is somewhere between about $2 to $5 billion and may get to about $13 billion by 2025, this allows us to extrapolate that organizations across all industries are increasingly realizing the benefits of cloud ML, and that cloud is the future of AI as well.
Okay, so what are some of the core approaches and benefits of running AI, machine learning in cloud-based environments?
Well, I think if you look at the past when it comes to AI projects, these things were kind of cool or interesting, but there wasn't really this necessity to solve business critical problems, and which meant these projects never really made it past, say, an initial smoke test. But that's all changed now. So as organizations are taking their business problems straight to AI to create new solutions and value, and as organizations look to expand their AI ML programs supported by the cloud, it's important to understand the business context as they use the technology. This starts with understanding what problem the organization is trying to solve, what's the current state of their AI ML from an infrastructure perspective, whether that's on-prem or in the cloud, what talent they have in place to run their AI ML environment, and with that, what kind of models can they bring, what kind of building blocks do they already have. And when it comes to AI and ML, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. And where the rubber really meets the road is where you can put AI and ML into your business processes to give you better results and solutions than you have now. Now, depending on the specific use case and its strategic importance, organizations can leverage cloud AI ML solutions, including the pre-trained models that we've already discussed, to accelerate time to value and drive business agility.
Now, what are some of the key use cases for cloud-based AI ML across different industries?
There's really a broad applicability of cloud AI and ML for solving all kinds of business problems, and that's driven rapid adoption across industries. But more importantly, cloud ML provides the capability to solve business challenges at scale for many industries that can have things like large call centers or maybe complex supply chains. And right now, we're really on the front end of this evolution of cloud AI and ML services across a lot of different industries: financial services, telco, energy, healthcare, to name a few. And all are taking advantage of the technology. And I think it's going to be really interesting when cloud ML and AI come together and get tied with big data, IoT, and a lot of other analytics capabilities.
Okay, and what are your thoughts about AI at the edge?
Well, that is a really interesting space. And there's really a lot of advantages that Edge AI brings over your traditional centralized deployment architectures. Edge AI allows for local processing of data on devices at the edge of the network, and that doesn't require connectivity to a centralized capability or infrastructure, or even your traditional data center for that matter. And this allows for real-time actionable insights and decision-making based on actionable data at the edge where it matters. And Edge AI also offers a lot of improvements over conventional ML architectures. Right out of the gate, latency issues are off the table, which can be critical depending on your use case. Now, if you're talking about mobile or other sensor type devices, there's also less energy consumption associated with streaming data back to, say, a centralized ML service in your data center, as well as cost reductions associated with that data transfer itself. One of the use cases that we see a lot at VMware is the use of remote sensors. So for example, sensors in remote locations like an offshore wind farm or some type of remote telecommunications site now can come preloaded with algorithms and models that allow them to make decisions without the complex infrastructure or this always available internet connectivity for actual real-time decision making. And this approach is also being used to monitor things like flow rate in underground gas pipes, where a cloud-based strategy may or may not be all that feasible. So in this scenario, sensors are used to measure the flow rate and the pressure of the pipelines to analyze, say, the health and safety of the system, as well as detect leaks. So this allows for a lot of preventative maintenance to be done, and not only helps decrease maintenance costs, but more importantly, increases the availability and the safety of the system itself.
Oh, that's great stuff, Drew. So tell us, how is VMware Cloud relevant for AI ML?
VMware Cloud at its core is multi-cloud and is available across all major public cloud providers like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. Additionally, it supports local cloud as well as private and edge environments. And with our support for accelerators like GPUs, FPGAs, and other specialized hardware, organizations can leverage the sharing and optimization capabilities in VMware Cloud for ML training, inference, and a lot of other processing tasks. VMware is also jointly developing solutions with NVIDIA for optimizing and sharing GPUs across virtual machines and in Tanzu Kubernetes environments supporting modern applications. For those organizations that want to leverage the public cloud, there's VMware Cloud on AWS, Azure VMware Solution, and Google Cloud VMware Engine. And for edge infrastructure and local cloud as a service, VMware Cloud on Dell EMC can be used for edge-based ML inference and other processing for time-critical applications across a variety of different industry verticals. And finally, with our recently announced VMware Cloud Universal program, we offer a flexible subscription model that simplifies the purchase and consumption of VMware's multi-cloud infrastructure and management services across the data center, edge, or public cloud.
Okay, great. Thank you, Drew. Great to be with you today, and I hope you have a great ISC.
Doug, thanks for having me.